All right, so today on Unborn Radio, I'm sitting with Hatebreed, Monster, and Haze. Why don't you boys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Hatebreed?
I'm TGS Hatebreed, newly patched.
Yeah. A monster. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
That's it.
I'm Monster Mal 777. I'm Sergeant Arms, Blaine County.
Jimmy put the numbers in too.
Oh yeah. Set the whole thing. Set the full name.
You know what I'm saying? Government name. I'm Haze Lucchese, Vice President of Blaine County Charter.
All right, Hatebreed, you said you're new to the club. Monster and Haze, how long have you been with us?
2 years and 2 months?
Yeah, 2 years, 2 months.
You guys were patched in the same day, right?
Patched in at the same.
Yep, December 28th.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hayes got his before mine.
Yeah.
Like an hour before.
Oh, was it really just? Was it really just an hour?
Yeah, it was. It was right. I remember. I was there
early at those.
Yeah.
I remember you being there. Yeah. He was waiting on your ass, and you was taking too long.
I thought y'all were waiting for hours though. That's why.
No, we was waiting for like an hour.
Okay. I feel a little better about that.
How did you guys find the club?
I found it through Facebook. Because actually, I think I started talking to you about it first.
I don't remember that. It was that's probably what happened.
Yeah,
but I don't remember. I talked to so many people on there. Monster and Haze.
Well, honestly, I knew about the club through Haze. You know, I mean, you know our story. We tried to kind of start. We were just looking for a club, and after trying to start our own, and it didn't really work out. It was just kind of a two-man club. So we started looking for like real clubs, and Hayes discovered the whole GTA biker community, and then he pretty much found the Unborn and told me about it, and we just both started prospecting together.
I rode with we were looking at a pagan club too, but they were just real thirsty, and they was like, yeah, you know, we'll give you a patch, we'll give you a charter, all that bullshit. I was like, fuck that. So we saw the Unborn, and we read the rules and all of that, was looking y'all up, or looking us up, and it was like, yo, you know, this shit is what we want. We want to prospect, we want to earn this shit, you know what I'm saying? We want to be in there. So, yeah, we decided to go with the Unborn. I rode with, actually, Yukon, Machine, and Lee.
Yeah, I remember
the first day I met y'all.
We were over by the Nomad Clubhouse, I think it was. When
we rode from Nomad Clubhouse to the desert.
Yep.
Just talking. Lee, you know, you and Lee and Machine were just, you know, laying it all out for me. I was in the back of formation. We was just riding. Y'all was checking to see how I rode too. I was doing that. And literally, as soon as I got off with y'all, I called Monster and I was like, yo, this is the club we need to be a part of.
Yeah. Good, and I trusted his word for it, because I definitely saw... We saw clubs that we knew we didn't want to be a part of.
Exactly.
Like, so I knew to trust him when he came so like confident with it. He's like, this is it. We found it. We found our home. And I was like, all right, I bet.
We've been here ever since.
Yeah, yep. Good shit. Well, on that, that's going to be my Instagram question. What brought you guys to the MC community on GTA? Why'd you guys choose the MCs?
Man, I chose it just because, you know, like the Brotherhood factor, and you know, seeing that, you know, this club has been going strong for 6 years. Like, how many other clubs out there can say that they've had this much loyalty and this much trust for 6 years?
Facts.
Definitely,
that's for sure.
And you know, because of this club, I've made really close friends off of it. So, I mean, it's just that whole brotherhood factor that comes from it.
Yeah, this club definitely has, in my opinion, a lot stronger brotherhoods than from a lot of clubs I've seen. Where it's like, you know, speaking of that pagan club that we were talking to, one of them pulled up on us not too long ago, and I hit him up, and I was like, you still part of the pagans? He was like, no, I don't even talk to those guys anymore. And I'm like, damn, that shit is sad, you know? Because here I am, same time around the time I met you, guys I met, I'm still fucking kicking it with every day, talking with every day. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
like,
not
my
slowing
brothers,
down.
y'all are my brothers. Exactly.
You know.
Like, the reason why we've been here for 6 years is we're all close. It's all friendship. Like, there's, like, yeah, it's important to all of us, all of our lives. Like, I have to make sure, like, my old lady in real life understands how important this shit is. And, like, or else that's a deal breaker. That's how important this shit is.
Exactly. Because there'll be times when we're at a party or some shit, and me and Monster will just trail off and talk about some shit that's popping in the chats and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is going down, this is going down, that going down, whatever. And it really does kind of like take us in because, you know, whether you try to separate it or not, the club is still an everyday thing, so it becomes part of your life, you know, organically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
like,
ain't hearing our club business talk. My bad, Con.
No, you're good. Like, I'll talk to Lee or Bama or Carl regularly, you know, throughout the week. Just how you doing? How's your wife? You know, Carl, did you take your vitamins before school today? You know,
How your grades looking?
but
Papa's real proud of you.
Exactly. But it always turns into club talk. No matter what the conversation is, it'll go to that, you know, and now it's club business, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, but see, it's like none of us actually go a day without talking to somebody in the club.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's the beauty of it.
And that's what builds it, you know, like a lot of the guys know I had to go inactive some time ago. I moved, and where I moved to I couldn't get internet, and it was horrible. And my old lady's like, you'll be all right, it's just a video game. But for you guys, like I talk to you. Problem. Exactly. I talk to you guys every day in chats, Facebook, whatever the case may be, messages, Snapchat, and I see you guys and talk to you guys more than I talk to a lot of the people that I know in person, you know, and that just builds that friendship, that brotherhood, that bond.
Exactly.
I mean, there's like a handful of people I talk to outside of the club, but that's rare that I talk to them. Like, I talk to everybody in the club more than I talk to my own brother.
Well, and that's another thing, like talking to the people that I talk to outside of the game, I'm usually talking about the club. Like, check this out, you know, check out this video, or, you know, whatever the case may be. It always comes back to that.
I've definitely annoyed people at work talking about the club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
But it's just, you get into that routine. Like, I wake up every morning, I check the club chat.
Exactly.
Literally, that is my
first thing I do is check the chats.
Wake up, take a shit, check the chat while I'm taking.
Right.
Or you check the chats while you're taking the shit, and you're like, oh shit,
exactly.
what's happening?
Scrolling through. This first thing I do is my morning news feed.
Like, you know how most people check like Instagram, Facebook, all that other shit? Nope. Go straight to the chat.
Only news I care about.
Yeah, well, that's how it is for me. So I wake up, I check the chats, I do the club Instagram, my Instagram, the YouTube, and I'll like check, and if we uploaded a video, I'll see how that went. And then, you know, I start my day, you know, like then I check my Facebook messages, or I check Facebook. But it's always club first, you know. So, what is your favorite thing to do with the club? Whether it be, you know, game mode, videos, writing, talking, demo derbies, purge, whatever the case may be. What's your favorite thing to do with the club?
This right here.
Yeah, mine. That's definitely up there for me. I love the bullshitting.
For me, it's really, I guess, just writing. Honestly, like, that's the most therapeutic thing for me. That's what me and Haze were looking for. The motivation for me was when we were prospecting, and like, I think the first session that we got on, and this is back in the time where I really couldn't ride for shit. I'm still trying to learn a little bit, because it was always just me and Haze, so, you know, it's easy to keep a formation with two people. You know, but once I like was in the back of the pack and I just see all the patches in front of me, just in formation, that was the motivation. Still to this day, that's the most therapeutic shit to me. My favorite thing about the club. for
Right.
sure. I enjoy like any role playing aspect of it, you know, the Miss Baker missions, but just
Facts.
riding anywhere.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm gonna say the same shit. Writing and role play. I love Miss Baker missions. I love when, you know, we fucking decide to pull up on the lost, you know what I'm saying, and patch up, or, you know, pull up on the fucking you know, the Vagos or whoever, you know what I'm saying. We plan it out. We, you know, put people here, put people there. You feel me? When we gotta go you know what I'm saying, handle somebody who's jogging, and, you know, we park up somewhere, send one person over, you know what I'm saying, shit
Yeah.
like that.
We did one the other, well, it was a couple weeks ago now, but there was like 8 of us on, and we were over on Grove Street, and then we stopped at that little parking lot by the gas station right there, and we sent one of the guys through Grove Street on a bike, on like a bicycle without their cut on to check it out, and then came back and talked to us. And then we were all in vans, and we, you know, took our cuts off and rode through and did some drive-bys on them.
Exactly, shit like that. It just adds to the allure of the club, you know, because I'm real big into the culture, MC culture and all of that. And, you know, just every little thing we can do that, like, puts us closer to all of that, you know, I appreciate, because, you know, that's why we role play as bikers. You know, I love the motorcycle culture regardless, because it represents not giving a fuck and doing what you want to do.
Well, that, like, with me, like, I love anything like organized crime. You know, whether it be the biker scene, the mafia scene in real life, you know, like I love, I'm just a huge fan of true crime, especially, but even like the bikers, especially, you know, they're the modern day outlaws, you know, like the cowboys, you know what I mean?
They're still going to this day.
Yeah, they go by their code and nobody else's. And I love that.
Well, that's
you know?
because they run more so off philosophy than anything else. You know, like the Mafia, they're in it for money and money alone. You know, it's a status thing, yes, and, you know, they you know, it ties to their culture to an extent, but at the end of the day, it's a way to get ahead in life. Whereas joining joining a 1%er club is about your philosophy and how you want to live your life. Because there is no guaranteed money you're getting from it. You know, all of them have jobs that they do, regardless of if they sell drugs on the side or they own a bar. You know what I'm saying? They all independently make money how they can. But it's about being a part of something bigger than yourself, and being, you know what I'm saying, being in a society where people understand you and understand the way that you deal with things, because they also deal with things in a similar way. And they feel like they don't have to, you know, bow down to anybody to do what they want to do and live their life. Feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
You're just not waking up every morning and going, well, whose ass am I going to kiss today?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. What are some of you guys' favorite memories within the club? Hatebreed, you're newer, so I'm sure you've had some really good times, but like, what's something that's going to stick with you, you know, that you've really enjoyed here?
Man, it reverts back to that whole Brotherhood thing. You know, everybody's so close, you know. Even though we call Carl a hoe on a daily basis, you know, we're all still close.
Definitely. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
What about you, Monster? What's one of your favorite memories within the club?
Favorite memories within the club. God, so many to pick from, honestly. Really just every day. I really don't have one specific memory. Just every time I get on, I enjoy it. You know, there's certain things I can't, you know, relate, because, you know, it's club business only. You know,
Right.
that have been more of my favorite memories. But a lot of the celebrations we've had, for sure. The casino night was pretty fucking fun, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna front. I'll say that any day on church is usually my favorite day, because I always see a ton of members on, and we always just do a ton of shit.
Right.
So, yeah, so because it's always events, and you see everybody on instead of like sporadics.
Yep.
Yeah, in any event day, there's gonna be a good day.
Exactly. Anytime you get everybody who you consider to be a brother all in one spot, just makes it so much, like, 10 times better.
Yep.
Big facts.
Haze, what about you?
Probably the day I got patched. Like Monster said, pretty much any like church day. You know what I'm saying? I like club church days too, because you definitely will have a more like packed turnout on something like that, and you know, we ride down to the fucking casino, all that good shit. You know, run type of shit. I like that type of shit. You know, and then other shit like Monster said, can't really talk about so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, like Monster said, you know, just any day that you get to be with your brothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, like, I was talking about it the other day. You know, like I have just as much fun with like 2 or 3 guys that the same amount of fun I do when it's a full session. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes back to the brotherhood, the way we click, the friendships that we've made. It's amazing. I love it. You know, it's always a blast. It's hardly ever a bad time. You know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, we've gone through some, you know, pretty bad apples.
Yeah, that's always.
You know,
been
even
bad.
you start talking about them. That's how insignificant they are. I know you about talking about them.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, that just shows. It shows where the loyalty is led.
Exactly.
Oh, for sure.
You know.
Oh, you'll
Everybody that's
learn,
here is
Breed,
definitely
as you-
here. Yeah.
I'm about to say, you'll learn as
a-
you go on. The loyalty will be shown in individuals, and it will not be shown in other individuals. That's just a part of being in this club.
Yeah, they always
Some
weed
will be
themselves
predictable.
out.
Exactly.
And some you'll see coming, and some occasionally you'll hit you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's
That-
life.
I mean, that goes with our
Club
rules, you know.
indoors.
A lot of people, I guess the way we've always said it from the beginning, you know, the club always comes first. And some people lose that along the way, you know what I mean? Like they're like, well, this is my friend. It's okay that they broke a rule or did this, you know, like let's, you know, just sweep it on the rug because they're our friend. The club comes first. You broke a rule, it's got to be handled. You know, that's just the way that it goes because that's the rules we put in place and they're there for a reason.
True. I mean, and it's not like the rules are difficult to follow.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like I always
Pretty straight cut.
I always tell the prospects our rules are simple, but they're important. You know.
But once again, that's
For 6 years.
that's what I was about to say.
Yep.
My bad, beat you to it, man.
You know, what other clubs in GTA, you know, who have as much activity as we do can say, oh yeah, we've been around for 6 years.
Right. And I've talked about it before, but I think a huge part of that is that our guys, like, let's say Lightning or Bama, if they can't do the job, they're going to hand it over. You know what I mean? If they can't fulfill their duty, any of the officers, like if I can't do my job, I'm gonna turn that patch in because there's no reason for that spot to just be filled with nobody. You know what I mean? And then that's why we have the North Yankton as well. There's no reason for people to be rocking a patch for a chapter if they're inactive. You know, let's put them where we need to so we can have the chapter filled with active members. So it's not, I guess, a way of misleading. You know, if somebody sees our social club and says, oh, well, there's 20 people in there, but there's only 5 active, that's, you know, kind of stupid. And that we just keep on top of that, and that's, you know, that's a huge part of why we are where we are. Well,
Sure.
Anybody else got anything they want to bring up? Maybe a story or something of a time that we've had?
See, I know Haze and Monster are gonna have way more than me.
Man, come to think of it, a lot of my favorite times there's just been like smaller stuff. Like I have a lot of memories of riding around with tunes. You know,
Oh, yeah.
so a lot of my time here, he's the ex-retired member. You know,
Machine.
Machine, yeah, riding around with
Running
Machine.
around with him back in the day when we were prospects, yeah. Evil.
And then I miss Evil, man.
Yeah. I wish he was active for a minute
and,
recently, and I wish he'd come back full time.
Yeah, that was my sponsor, man, and that was just a funny guy. That was just a funny guy. Like he kind of, when I first started prospecting, I was hesitant about being the full-fledged person that I am, because you're prospecting, you're not trying to step on any toes and cross a line or anything. But he kind of definitely let me, like, told me to relax and helped me relax a little bit, and like, I could work for the patch and just be myself and everything would be good.
Yep.
That's something I'll agree with you, is like, I thought, like, oh man, I'm gonna have to be, stiff about everything, and then nope.
Yeah, that's
definitely not
the best way to earn your patch is be yourself, be real.
And I've had multiple conversations with Seats about that too. He was like, yeah, once you get in, everybody sees how you click.
The prospecting period, it's you have to definitely earn your patch, but it's a fun time. It's like you're putting in work to be what we are. And like for me, I came in early on PS4, so like the prospect was completely different than it is now. Back then, you just had to have 2 members vouch for you. So like I got patched in pretty quick, but like it was.
I mean, I prospected for a month before I was patched.
And that, I think that, like, it means more to you when you have to prospect for that time. You know what I mean? Like you put in your time, you put in your money, you put in your blood to be where you're at.
Yeah, you put in sleepless nights. It happens.
Yeah,
for sure. I've definitely stayed on riding with brothers, knowing damn well I need to get off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to put in just to get that extra look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how many times my girl screamed at me? Hey, it's time to go to bed. You got to work at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'll work when I got
I'll
my
be
patch.
good. It's like 2 o'clock. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm working right now.
Sleeping
You're
on
like, oh,
patch.
Yeah. Now you were
oh shit.
you brought up Evil, and like I've said it over and over, but that dude's the best road captain I've ever seen. Throughout the years.
And how long was he road captain, man?
He was
there for a
still
long
pretty kind
time.
of inactive when we were prospects, so we didn't really get to see him road captaining like that.
Yeah,
like-
but I know he was there for a while, man.
It was like, because I was inactive during the time he was road captain, I believe. But when I came in, he was still around. And like I said, that dude could have a full-fledged conversation on the mic with somebody in his house and then still call turns perfect. Like he wouldn't miss it for anything. He's a good dude.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody else got any stories or anything before we wrap it up?
Man, they call me Haze for a reason. I'm sitting here trying to remember like one particular story, and it's just like I can't. It all just get bunched in. I got certain club-related incidents that I can remember, but those aren't
Exactly, man.
podcast topics.
All of our favorite memories, most of them I cannot really talk about.
I love being immersed in this club shit.
Right. Yeah.
Let's just say this. I take a lot of joy of handling our business.
You know what I'm saying? Me and Monster soldiers at heart. You already know what it is. Especially Monster.
Oh, facts. Facts, boy.
Monster, if you know the means, if such and such was a person, if taking care of business was a person, that'd be Monster Mouth.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys sitting down with me. Yeah, Unborn Forever.
Forever unborn.
I'm born.